Hi, second grade Raymer Road scholars. In this lesson, you learned about homophones, and today's activity is to make a list of different homophones that you can think of. Now, one way that I remember homophones is I think of the word phone and homophone. And I always think of, have you ever answered the phone and you think you know who's on the phone, but it ends up being somebody else? And what I mean by that is I've had my sister call me before, and I thought she was my mom because she sounded like my mom. They have similar voices. So they sounded the same, but she wasn't my mom. So that's what helps me think of a homophone. They sound the same, but they don't look the same and they're not the same. So that's how I remember homophones. Maybe you can tell me how you remember homophones. Okay, so I thought that I would go over a couple that I thought of right off the top of my head. You guys need to come up with a list, and I'm sure you'll be able to, but I thought I would get you started with some words that I thought of. So one set of homophones that I thought of were the words meat and meat. Now they sound the same, but they don't look the same, and they're not the same. They don't have the same meaning. This meat has a vowel team using EE to make the long E sound. This meat has the EA vowel team spelling to make the long E sound. And they don't mean the same thing. So let's think of a sentence. And I actually challenge you guys to write sentences if you can. That would be even better. Okay, so let's say I wrote this sentence. I hope when I blank my friends for lunch, we will eat meat. Oh, well, I guess you knew it was going to be meat anyway because that's the word. But I want you guys to think about what spelling that you're going to put in there. So I hope when I blank my friends for lunch, we will eat. So this sentence is kind of silly, but it still works with these two words. So think about it. What word would you put in the first blank? And what word would you put in the second blank? And hopefully you guys said, I hope when I meet, that means join somebody. So I'm going to use the E-E-T. I hope when I meet my friends for lunch, we will eat meat. And that is the kind of meat that is edible, that you can eat. So like turkey, fish, hamburger, different kinds of meat. Okay, so let's look at another homophone that I thought of. Okay, another one that I thought of were here and here. Now, this word is making the long E sound with E consonant E. This here is making the long E sound with the E-A sound. So it doesn't look the same, or I'm sorry, the EA vowel team doesn't look the same, and it's not the same. They do not mean the same thing. So think about if you know the difference between these two spellings while I come up with a sentence here. Did you blank that I was blank? Now I'm asking a question, so we want to end this with a question mark. Did you hear that I was here? So what kind of here do you think would go in the first blank, and what kind of here do you think would go in the second blank? So did you hear, that means did you know? Did someone tell you? So did you hear with your ears? And that's a way that you can remember this type of hear because it has the word ear in it. Did you hear that I was here? Okay, so those are two more homophones. I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope you can think of a ton of homophones. And I encourage you, if you can, to put them in sentences so that you can see the difference between the two meanings of the word that look the same. Okay? Bye for now.